Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to my Railroute tutorial series. Now today we'll be looking at one of the game modes, Rush Hour. Now if you want to have a look at the other videos in this series, there's a link to the playlist in the video description, and I highly recommend you check out the first video in the series if you haven't seen that before this one. But let's crack on, jump into Railroute and have a look at Rush Hour. So, Rush Hour is a game mode where you have to overcome wave after wave of traffic. It says up here in the top right corner, you must sustain increasing traffic wave by wave, and it says relax and improve your railways and handle more. So what you've got to do is build out your railway system so that you can handle more and more traffic. Now we've presented with a number of maps here, and we can add more maps if we want to, but I'm going to choose one that you know what, I'm going to do the London DLR. I think that's District Light Railway, if I remember correctly. So we're going to play that one. According to this, it's a relatively easy one, looking at the difficulty markers. So we're going to get started with that. And the idea of this tutorial is I'm going to just take you through a play of it. There's not too much more to say apart from what the game mode is, and then show you how to do it. And I'm going to explain things as I go. So if we click play, we don't really have many other options apart from new because I've not played it before, and in we go with a brand new game. So here we are in the game, and I've paused the gameplay. Now you may notice that even though we're on pause and the train counters aren't counting down, as you can see, we've got some trains here that want dispatching onto platforms. The counter, the timer in the middle of the screen isn't. We'll come back to that in a moment. At the top of the screen, we've got our points and what wave we're on. We're on wave 1 of 10. There's 10 waves in each of these games. We've got our menu at the top right, and down in the bottom left, we've got our construction menu. Note that if you're used to playing different game modes, that the contract screen isn't there and the system upgrade screen isn't there. And that's because you only have the upgrades that you are being given. In this case, we're given certain track. If we go into construction, you can see we've got the 80 kilometers per hour track, and we've been given some auto signals, and that's it. We don't get to upgrade and change those to different types of signals, and we don't get to choose the contracts. The waves that come will have set trains on them, and that's all we will get. Right then, so what we got to do? Well, we got to dispatch the trains onto the platforms and get them to their destination. You see these trains there waiting here, these circles. If I hover over it, you can see the name of the platform that, the name of the station that it wants to start at, and the name of the station it wants to go to. And we've got a couple of trains here from this station that want to go down there. So we need to build some infrastructure to do that. But before we do that, a bit more about this time down here at the bottom. So you see the main stopwatch is continuing, even though the simulation is paused in the background. The faster we do this, the more points we will get. And you can see we're also being compared to another thing, the global score. This is the global median for this particular map. And you can see for this particular map and for this particular wave, the global median is 1 minute and 34 seconds. And we're already 37 seconds over that. We've been taking ages, but don't worry, I'll be quicker later on when I'm not explaining things. We can click this button and it will show you your personal, and if you click it again, it will show you compared to friends. I'm going to leave it on the world one for now. Now down at the bottom we've got some upcoming trains information, and it gives us a bit of an idea what's going to be happening. But let's get these trains dispatched in this mode, shall we? Get this wave done. So we're going to need to build some track. We're going to go into construction mode and make sure that we've got the track selected. And we're going to have a couple of trains come from the station up here to the station down there. Well, if we get the track to come out, sort of like this, we can connect it up like that. Just by clicking on the squares, where you can see that we're working with the grid, and we've got the option of where to build and where to not. Now, how many have we used? Oh, we've used a good deal of the track connections. You see we've got a number beneath the track connections there. That's how many pieces we've got left. I haven't got enough pieces to go all the way down here and then connect up. You see, it's just not letting me. We've ran out. But what we probably can do is if we delete that I just built, we can make something that's a little bit similar, but kind of have a passing place. We can use some signals to do that. So I will put a signal here, and we'll put a signal there. That'll do for now. And we've got 4 more bits of track left, so we'll connect up another platform. Now, you don't have to use all the bits, you just get given a certain amount, and that will increase with the waves. Let's do this wave now. We've put our track in place. Let's say we'll dispatch this train onto platform 1, and the next train to platform 2 at Poplar. There we go. Right, well, we can unpause the game, and in fact I'm going to put it on 5 times speed to get things moving. And both of these trains need going down the track. Now, the way that we do the signals and get them to go down the line is we click the auto signal and then we click to where we want it to go. So in this case, we're going to click onto this section of track, and that will tell the train to go down the track down to that section. And we can also tell the train to continue on down into platform 1. And with the second train we can do something similar, straight down into platform 2. And there we go. Both our trains are on their way to where they need to go. It's a matter of clicking the auto signals and dispatching the train down the routes of the track that you've constructed. Now ideally you wouldn't pause the game and you'd just be clicking like crazy, getting all the trains to go down the right lines perfectly. But to be honest, you're going to need to do a tiny bit of pausing in my opinion. The trains will expire if they don't get onto the platform, and that is a bad condition. Now here we go, this train's about to leave, and that's the end of the wave, and you can see we've got a load of points. So even though it took a while, we still got points. Now there you saw a station unlocking, and we've got a wave completion screen. It tells us our score and the progress through the different waves, and it tells us how long it took us to complete it. And it was 5 minutes and 13 seconds because I was explaining stuff. And of course, this was slower than the global medium, not surprising there. We've unlocked a station, and we've unlocked more track and more signals. Let's start the next wave. So, again, I'm going to press the spacebar to pause it. Spacebar's your friend in this one. You probably might find yourself, and this is a good tip, flipping between 25 times speed and paused. I would quite a lot. I'm going to get these trains dispatched onto some platforms, and then we're going to worry about what track we need. Well, in this case, we need this train on the side here, BL002, to go over to Canary Wharf, and we haven't got a track going there yet, so we're going to go in build mode. I'm going to get rid of this auto signal because it's in the way, and then I'm going to build a piece of track all the way across. Now we've still got 11 pieces of track, so I might do some upgrades or changes. I don't know. We do have plenty of signals, so I think what we'll do is we'll pop some more signals in. Probably one here, one there, and there. Now, when I'm placing the signals, you can, if you put one in the wrong place, let's say I put this one in the wrong place, we can use the delete tool to remove it, and then we can put it back in where we want it. If the signal's not facing the right way, we can click it again and it'll turn around. So there we go, we've placed some signals and some new track. I'm going to select the signal to allocate the route, and I'm going to choose the platform where that wants to go. I'm going to unpause on ×5 speed, and I'm also going to let these two trains continue on down the track. Now you saw there I did both of them, and that's because these auto signals queue the orders. They'll wait until the next order is available. So the first train that I dispatch down the line is going down, and when it's clear of the switch that's stopping the route, the next auto signal will allocate the route down for the next train. Now we're down here, I'm going to say both of these trains can go into that station, both the trains can go into this station, and there we go. We've got a brand new station, brand new route, and jobs are good. So, get the trains off the end of the screen, and we get our points for wave 2. You see? So there we go.
Sadly for you, I'm just warming up.
Now, you heard there that there is a voice that comes in. I kind of like that voice. It's a playful, fun little voice. But if it's not for you, you can mute that narrator. It's at the bottom of the wave screen here. I can see some people really not liking it, even though I do really like it, and I'm sure others would as well. So our scores increase. It's telling us we've completed wave 2 now, and we've got a new station unlocked and more track and signals. Let's go on with the next wave. So I've told you how to get the trains onto the platforms, how to build the track, how to put the signals on there, and how to put some down and actually move the trains along the track. Let's talk a little bit about planning now. This bit here is actually quite important, okay? This allows you to store trains. Now, you don't want your platforms all getting completely rammed up with loads and loads of trains because, well, the timers will go and that's not good. You need to be able to get your trains onto the platforms and onto your network. And doing things like this allows the trains to be able to come in from either end and wait in that block before they can move on to the next bit that's available. So now we need to incorporate this particular station. We haven't got a lot of signals and tracks, so I'm going to do it stage by stage. First, I'm going to link these two platforms, and then I'm going to link the rest of that track there. That's not a bad start. Now, some of the trains are probably going to want to go up from West India Quarry, Quay, it's Quay, not Quarry. West India Quay, up to Poplar and back again. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually give ourselves a kind of section, yeah, like this, that'll allow those trains to go in that direction. I suppose we've only got 6 pieces left, so I think that might do the job for now. Let's put some signals in place. I'm going to put a signal here so that trains can queue up to go into that station, and I think we'll put one at each end of there. We've got a few bits of track left. Let's see how that goes. Oh, hang on a second. What we could do is fixing this other platform up. We do have enough track for it. There we are. Fantastic. Right, so let's get the trains onto those platforms. There we go. There we go. Right, 4 trains. 5 trains here. Now, we've got to be a little bit careful. I've just paused things. You see this train here is coming into Canary Wharf, but its next station is the West India Quay, and that is down here and not on a line that platform 1 is connected to. Now, I could connect up platform 1. I do actually have a little bit of track, but if I didn't have the track, I'd have to make sure that the train came onto platform 2 so that it could then go along the line to where it needs to be. Right then, let's get a few more bits sorted out here. Can I connect up, let's see, this to there? No, that doesn't fit. Right, and then it's going to be going straight forward. Okay. Right, let's unpause and get these trains moving around to where they need to be. I'm going to bring this train down into this waiting block and these 2 trains down into these waiting blocks. The one that's going to Canary Wharf.
Course. More trains.
The one that's going from Canary Wharf, I'm going to get to go all the way down, and that one over there. There we go. So all of these trains, some of the orders are queued, some of them not, some of the trains are waiting. There we are. And they're all moving around quite nicely, and there's just enough room in the network for that to happen. Now I'm going to get this train to go into platform 1, this train to come in and wait before it goes anywhere. You can see our train just got into Canary Wharf, no problem there. That frees up platform 1 at West India. We can get our other train to follow in, and it doesn't really matter which order these guys go in. There we are, all going in quite nicely. Let's have this train going here, and when that one's finished, we'll get it to go onto that line there. I'm going to speed up to 25 times speed, and there we go. Our particular route has worked. We've cleared the 3rd level. And there come the points.
Beginner's luck. Don't get too confident yet.
Okay, so there we go, folks. You can see that we've got more items and again more track, and we go on to another wave. That is about all I can tell you, because it is in some ways as simple as that. You've just got to come up with good ways to create good networks between the stations and be able to manage which trains are moving in which direction so that you don't end up with some sort of traffic jam or a deadlock or trains not being able to come onto the platform. Now I'll just show you what happens when a train can't come onto the platform. I'll go at 25 times speed and not actually put any of them on the platform. Let's see, which one's going to go round first?
One of your Another victory for me.
There we go.
Fancy another try?
So you see, if you don't get your train onto the platform, it is game over. So it's important to make sure you get them on the platform in time. Now, what I'll do is I'll just restart this and I'll give you a peek at a later wave. Okay, so here we are in some of the later levels. This is wave 8 and we've got a lot of trains coming and we've expanded the track a bit. I'm going to do some more expansions. I've got 15 pieces of track remaining. I think I'm going to use that track to put another connection in here. And I'm going to have that connection come round to there. Now, can I get the signals where I want them, facing inwards? Yes, I can. I've got 10 more pieces of track left, so maybe I could actually get some more signals in down here if I was moving things around a little bit. I think that could actually be quite useful. We've only got 2 signals left though, so let's remove both of these and let's remove them as well. We're going to change this section up a little bit to help us through this level. Now this is all taking time and you need to be quick. You want to be as quick as possible, but I'm explaining stuff and showing you things, so I'm doing things a little bit slower and maybe a little bit more bigger than I need to. So I'm going to start with this, and then I think, yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. Kind of going on a bit of intuition. There's not a lot of room there, actually. I think we might get the trains sitting where we want them to. Oh, that's a bit of a risk. I don't know if there's enough room here for the trains to sit behind those signals. These are relatively small trains, so I think we might be okay. Right, let's throw some signals in there. We've got 7 bits of track left, no signals. Let's let those trains come onto those platforms. So, I'm going to just go through the trains that are here, tell them to get on the platform, and then off we go.
Now for the main course. More trains!
And we'll get these trains going where they need to be as quickly as possible. Now this is where we're going to find out whether storing the trains over here are going to be adequate.
Looks like you've got quite the build-up approaching.
Now there is a bit of a build-up, but I think we're going to be okay.
How? Surely not. I thought you'd lost, but you're winning.
There we go. We've got a lot of trains in different places. We're using these areas in the middle of the map to store them where they need to be for a short... No, don't you go there. We need to get a train off this platform. There we go. You get in there. That's it. Lovely. All the trains are going all over the place. That's what I like to see. There's a lot of trains waiting in the middle of the map at the moment, but it's okay. We'll get these trains onto where they need to go. That's not a problem. Look at that, just clicking around, getting everything going. We've got a lot of trains that want to go over here right now. There we go. We'll get them in. And I think that is a pretty good job of a pretty good level. Now, could I have been more efficient? Maybe. Have I done some misclicks? Yes, I can see some signals here that are all blocking. But last trains onto the correct platforms now. And there we go. That is a more complicated level. A more forensic level. You can see me clicking very quickly across the screen, or relatively quickly anyway. And I find it a very enjoyable game mode. So there we go, a much busier wave handled and complete. Now that is going to be all for this tutorial for the Rush Hour, but if you want to look at the other game modes or if you want to know more information about Railroute, check out that link to the tutorial playlist in the video description. And if you want to make sure you keep up to date with my both my Railroute videos and my other videos, consider subscribing. If this has been useful, give it a like, and if you've got any thoughts, ideas or questions, pop them down in the comments section below. I will see you soon. For now,